We are 4 days into training camp. We got a number of takeaways and details that have come up, mostly good, some concerning, but we're going to talk about them all and more on today's Chicago Bears Central. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got C-Dub, Bobby, myself, Haize in the building. And fellas, this is what we've been waiting on. Actual football's going on. We're, 12 days until we get an actual football game. Shit is getting real soon. I cannot wait. But fellas, with that said, we're here to talk about training camp. There's been a number of things come out for training camp. But we're going to go to Caleb Williams first because, of course, he's our quarterback, all that stuff. I'm going to read a direct quote that came out and said this. Without a doubt, Caleb Williams is playing miles better than any single training camp I've seen from last year. It's quite literally a different quarterback over the last offseason. How do you guys – this is an important season for Caleb Williams. Going into his second year under Ben Johnson, there's been a lot of preseason talk about can he make that leap into being an MVP caliber quarterback. Of course, he got the Madden cover, all that type of stuff. When you hear what we've heard about Caleb, that he has such a command of this offense that coming into this now, familiar with it, it seems like all those lessons that he learned, he's applying those. He has really great chemistry with everybody. How you guys feeling, man?
I'm feeling like I expected this from my boy Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams takes his legend or his career very, very seriously, bro. So of how far he came from his rookie season to that second year, I expect the same type of jump from where he left off from last year to the next level. Caleb Williams is a competitor. He wants to be great, and I expected to hear that he's doing great things when the training camp started, bro. C-ball. Oh, let's go.
No, the real.
Bobby?
But, man, I love everything that I'm hearing. First and foremost, shout out to Auntie Goon, praying for your mama, baby. Be good. Y'all be safe over there. But when it comes to Caleb Williams, man, hey, this is what we want to see. We want to see the maturation year over year, and we want to see this relationship between him and Ben Johnson continue to get better and better. We look at some of those guys like Kyle Shanahan, and now with him and Brock Purdy and him and quarterbacks of the past. We look at Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford and how those two guys previously mentioned, along with their respective quarterbacks, how they have sustained success. That's what we want in Chicago. We don't just want 2018 and the height of 2018 and then a drop-off in 2019. We don't just want to go to 06, hit the Super Bowl, and then the following year we have a fall-off. We want some sustained success around Chicago, and I'm glad of the maturation that we're seeing from Caleb Williams. He actually lost weight. We thought that bro bulked up, but he actually lost weight, and that came from him taking care of his body. Yeah, eating better is what he said, being more dialed in with his workout regime, and that's all we want. That's all we want. Obviously, we gotta wait to see it be put on wax into the actual football games, but I can't be mad at the start, and that's good, man, for a long time. And shout out to our country cousin from the Breeze. Pat been doing a good job reporting on what he's been seeing out there, man, and it's good to see that one of our own is able to cover that and give us the information that's required, and somebody that we could trust to spread that knowledge of what's taking place in Chicago.
Absolutely. Shout out to Pat. And what, like I said, it's when you talk about creatives that have gone from the basement to the big time, it's him and Kenny Beecham. That's it. Those are the only two motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, so y'all put some respect on Pat's name, because I've been seeing some.
Got one more coming up.
Stupid shit. Who else we got coming up?
We got the dude by the name of Drip. His name Drip.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Bro gonna be out there.
I ain't going to no ESPN. I curse too much for that. So if they come out with ESPN uncensored, maybe. I'm just doing my own thing. But quarterback is only as good as their targets, right? And we've heard really good things. Roma, like a lot of people were worried about Odunze. You know, when he had that quote that, you know, the new normal about the bone in his foot. I think a lot of fans that sent fans like worried if he was ever going to get back to the potential that we had before. But according to Clay Harbor, Mark Carman, and Brad Biggs, some other people that have been in there, Odunze looks ready to go. Through the first 3 practices, he looks healthy. He's looked explosive. He's looked big time. I know that Luther Burden's getting a lot of the praise, and we'll talk about Luther Burden because he deserves that too. But like it seemed like the kind of Bears fans have been a little bit down on Rome. Do you think him hearing what we've heard that he's going to come out here firing all cylinders, he's going to get the faith back in him?
Yeah, I definitely think a guy like Rome Odunze will definitely get back to what we were seeing in the beginning of last season. Rome looked like the number 1 guy. Matter of fact, I'll just say it. He was the number 1 guy for maybe through 6 weeks of the season before he got injured. I didn't really take the foot injury that seriously, bro, because the advancement in medicine and ACLs ain't really what ACLs used to be. So I really thought that he being so young, I thought he would get back to what he last put on the football field. And him just saying that is just reality. That's something he got to deal with. It's, you know, I didn't take it as a man, I'm going to be less than what y'all expect me to be. No, he's still going to be wrong, and watch Rome come through when he step on that football field.
For sure. I think the biggest thing with Rome Odunze is it was just the latter part of the season with some drops. We never doubted it, really. We definitely had some conversations about if Luther Burden, with his elusiveness and his yards after the catch, it was definitely something that can help the Chicago Bears. But we gotta all agree, and C-Dub said it, those first 6 weeks he was cooking. And then that foot injury came and he kind of slowed down a little bit. So one has to imagine that now he's having this healthy offseason, heading into training camp, putting in a lot of work and making some really good plays that has been placed over social media. I think we're gonna be in for a good season from all these pass catchers, not just Rome Odunze, but Rome Odunze is definitely a guy that we looking at in the limelight because of where he was drafted and the relationship between him and Caleb Williams starting from draft night. So shout out to him, and let's get this thing rolling, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Rome Odunze, to your point, like started off the season on fire. When you look at the first, I think, like 6 weeks of the season, he was on pace for like 1,100 yards and like 8 touchdowns, right? So, you know, you got to get when you look at the late surge by Luther Burden, the early surge by Rome Odunze, if they can sustain even, you know, 85% of that for a full season, that's a monster duo right there. And, you know, we did hear that Luther Burden's primed for a breakout. It seems like all that has stayed, that, you know, he's shown all of that, making big plays in training camp too. But also Kalif Raymond has been somebody that he was the standout, I think, on day 2 or 3 of practice, said he was the standout, made the biggest plays. So, like, the weapons for Caleb look like they're all doing what they need to do too. You know, everybody makes talks a lot about the completion percentage, and some people like to blame it just on the receivers drop. Some people like to blame it just on Caleb. But the fact of the matter is, both of them need to get better. The wide receivers don't need to drop as much, and Caleb needs to take some of the gimmies more. But it seems like, you know, Caleb's had 2 days now of 70% passing in training camp.
Yeah,
listen, that's good. That's where you want him to be at.
Come on, C-Ball.
Man, what? If y'all heard what Denzel Washington said in training day, Jake, I'm surgical with this bitch. So if Caleb can get surgical with it and then still be able to put that cape on in the fourth quarter, who knows what the ceiling is for this team. But so I think it's just the small stuff first. Let's go.
That super Caleb stuff, that's like natural. That's like human reflex. Yeah, so I think that's always there. If he could just concentrate on the nuances, the hitting the 5-yarders, to hitting the screens,
the chunk
on target,
yardage, right? The 5, the 6-yarder joints like that. Like, we know he can make the bombs. That we seen it, right? He can do that off balance, off one leg, all that type of shit.
Yes.
Take those gimmies a little bit more. Be more methodical in how you move down the field. And then when you need to go over the head and go for the juggler on the play, we know you can do that. Like,
we know
if he brings all that together this year, this may be the best Chicago Bears offense we have ever seen, bro. That has the chance to be that.
We ain't got a hard bar. We ain't got a high bar.
It ain't a hard hurdle, right?
It might have been last season, shit, if I come to think of it.
It was close. There's a Jay Cutler year that was more efficient, but yeah, it was close. But yeah, and then even here in the tight ends, of course, Colston Loveland. We've heard he had big things, but I think Evie mentioned it earlier. Like we're hearing Sam Roush is making plays in training camp. Like I tell you what, man. He gonna have the targets this year, bro. That's all I can say. He gonna have the targets.
Big mofo, boy.
Bro, Sam Roush is big, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
big dude. Yeah, we ain't tackling you.
He another one of the motherfuckers. I see him running at me full speed. I'm shooting. I ain't got nothing to prove no more. I ain't got to fight you. I'm gonna shoot you. You that big, moving that fast, I'm shooting you. I don't care. Or I'm sicking my dog on you. One of the two.
Real, one or the other.
It's like the Bears. They can attack you from the flanks. And then the middle, when you talking about the tight ends with Colston Loveland, you talk about Kalif, Raymond in the slot over there, or whoever. You can put Xavion over there in the slot. It's just a threat. So much threat in the middle of the field with those two tight ends, with Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland and Raymond. It's going to be nasty.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Auntie. You know my prayers are with you. You know I love you, Auntie. I'm going to call you a little bit later. But everything hasn't been sunshine and rainbows. We got some more positive to get to, but I want to put all the negative at the end of the show. Kyle Monanga's been sidelined, man. Kyle Monanga is a player that I talked a lot about. Like, I wanted to see how much running back one potential this Kyle Monanga show. Not to knock DeAndre Swift or anything like that, just to see like what's the growth that he takes in year two. He's been sidelined with the injury right now. He hasn't been able to perform. It happened after day one. He did appear in day one of camp, but has been on the sideline since then. How do you guys feel? Are you concerned at all right now about Kyle Monanga not being on the field?
I'm not concerned, but I'm a little disappointed that he's not out there getting the reps that he should be getting right now. I too feel the same way you feel about him. Like he's looking like, is he gonna start looking like a starter? Is he gonna compete for those minutes with DeAndre
I do want to
Swift
mention though, it is a non-football injury, so he may just be sick. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't say that part, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you still disappointed he ain't out there getting those reps. You definitely can't get him back. I hope that he can get back on the field because I ain't even gonna try to disparage between the two. Go ahead, but I just hope he get on the field as quickly as possible, bro.
Exactly, I agree with that. I think that we definitely need him on the football field. It does suck that he's not out there getting those reps, but at the end of the day, like we said last week, man, it's all gonna come down to who's available once the games actually start to matter. I trust Kyle Monanga. He had a really good rookie season, and I expect and anticipate that he's gonna have an even better second year. And I think we're gonna be seeing him more involved in that pass game as well as the running game. But this sucks right now. But at the end of the day, like we talked about last week, hey, let's just make sure guys are ready to go for the actual games that matter for us.
Yeah. And of course, no Kyle Monanga. I mean, no Kyle Gordon yet. We kind of expected that at this point, but hopefully, whoever's hurt, that they're just ready to go. Like Kyle, Kyle Monanga, once he's healthy and ready to go, there's no doubt about him being able to be the running back too. I just want to see where he's growing his game at. Kieran Amagaje actually got a shot with with the first team offense on Friday reportedly, and it was a rough show. Just get him off the team. Why do we still have Kieran Amagaje here? Like, no offense. No, I know he was raw when we drafted him. Out of yell at that, and I knew we always knew it was going to be a year or two. But it seems like he's 3 years in now, and we're still 2 years away from him being an NFL player. I think at some point you just got to cut your losses, bro. When you look at the number of players that have come in here and passed him up over the time since he's been drafted, Ozzie Trapillo, Theo Benedict, Caden Barnett may be ahead of him, Luke Newman ahead of him as well. Like, keep in mind, Kieran Amagaje came in as somebody who can play 4 of the 5 lineman positions and ain't been able to do none of them good yet.
Played one yet.
Nada.
Hey, man. Sometimes you got to cut your losses, man. I don't know.
This is another example of Ryan Poles holding to a guy that he drafted, bro, because clearly this motherfucker ain't good, bro.
It's a correlation drip. They was killing the whole week until Karan got on the line, and then it was different.
People worried about Braxton. They need to be worried about Kieran. Like, what we doing? Why even? There's been nothing that we've seen from Kieran Amagaje. It's like, give him some reps with the first team offense. No, what are you doing?
I hope we
And
got
You don't even need work with the first team stripper team. Like keep gassing on.
I tried to fight for the kid, but I ain't got nothing else for you, bro. I told you, it don't come down to who we like. It comes down to who helped this team the most. It is what it is. And we ain't seen nothing from you, so we have no evidence that you can go out there and do what you need to do to help this football team.
This is third year too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Third year. We don't know you. Wait, we don't know who you are, and it's your third year.
At least by year 3, you know.
Imagine being in a relationship with somebody and not knowing where they live, and you've been together 3 years.
That's crazy work.
That's crazy as hell, bro.
I don't know you, bro. Like,
why are you in this locker room, my guy? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's rough, but that's a Ryan Poles special, unfortunately. Yeah. Now we talked a lot about the offense, but there has been some good on the defensive side of the ball. Jalen Johnson, and like everybody's saying, Jalen looks like he's ready to go again. He's looking like Pro Bowl Jalen Johnson. You love to hear that. And Kobe Bryant, like 2 members of the secondary. Kobe Bryant, a new acquisition. We know that he's motivated. Him getting left off that top 10 safety list really did piss him off, even though I kind of agree. I don't think he's a top 10 safety in the league. But, hey, go out there and show. Do whatever you need to do. When you hear that a defense that does need to bounce back, that it does need to improve, that 2 of your veterans are already kind of standing out and showing out, how you guys feeling?
That makes me feels really good. Any positive news about the defensive side of the ball is great to me. And this young guy, Kobe Bryant, I've been hearing wonderful things in this training camp. It seems like he's trying to step up and be like a leader on this defense at the very least. And I appreciate that because even though they're probably leaders and got Montez Sweat, probably TJ Edwards, Jalen Johnson, there's always room for more or improvement in the leadership category.
For sure, and I think that is very, very important. Like, we also heard a little bit about Montez Sweat getting, a sack on a certain play, but obviously those moments are not really going to be able to. We're not really going to be able to appreciate those until the pads come on. But it's good to hear that Jalen Johnson is feeling like an old self, and then newcomer Kobe Bryant, who Dennis Allen described his play as infectious and can help this football team. It's good that those guys are making moves early on. Obviously, we're going to be watching and waiting to hear more about when those pads come on. But this is a good start for a defense who a lot of people are doubting. They have us as regression candidates. They're saying that we're not going to be able to generate as many turnovers last year. We're going to stink. And they're saying the defense is going to be the reason why the Chicago Bears don't have another successful year. So I hope those guys are taking it personal, and those guys are going to come out to play some damn football and help this Chicago Bears team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you need those veterans to do that. TJ Edwards is still out hurt too. Like, has he played? No, I think he's still out. But this defense, I've been going to bat for it all offseason, saying that they did improve, and I do think they're going to be better than what they were last season. But I can't blame anybody who, because they haven't seen yet, has their doubts, right? Like, it's a lot of new pieces on this defense too. Kobe Bryant is new to this team. Then Thieneman is going to be a new player to this team. The cornerbacks were all basically returning what was supposed to be our starting cornerback group last year, but they didn't play really under Dennis Allen very much last year, so they're going to learn this system. And then the depth on the defensive line, like Austin Booker's new to the starting lineup, but then the depth, all those pieces are new too. So there's a lot of kind of moving parts in regards to this, but it's good to hear that your veterans and 2 of your important veterans at really important positions are standing out in practice so far, because you're going to need those guys if you're going to want to turn this defense around.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man.
But I say this to last. Are you ready to admit that your boy Braxton looking good, C-Dub? See, Braxton's been looking good, bro. We've heard nothing. We ain't heard not a negative thing about Braxton Jones all training camp so far.
They say he ready to go, huh?
He ready to go. I know it's really not a competition at the left tackle position. I'm just going to announce it right there. And I haven't heard anything traumatic from Braxton Jones. Let's continue to do pretty well. And we padded next week, right? We padded starting next week, right?
Yeah, I think we're padded, yeah.
So look, we got another step for my boy Braxton Jones. Let's get to the next step with my boy. Let's get to the next step.
We definitely gonna be watching Braxton closely, because, bro, at least you gotta hold your own until Ozzy comes back, and we'll see what happens. Like we said, like we always talked about, though, not a great left tackle, but a serviceable one, but not terrible, just serviceable. You're gonna have your issues with him here and there, but his strength is the run game, and hopefully Ben Johnson is gonna scheme us with stuff to where you have one of those tight ends helping him out on certain gotta have it pass plays down the field. And we'll see what happens with him. But I'm happy that we're hearing good stuff about Braxton Jones, because apparently he wasn't fully healthy last year. I mean, I don't think that really matters because we've seen you healthy before.
Unless he ain't been healthy for 3 years.
Like what?
But no, I mean, Braxton is going to be one of those players where there are absolutely going to be some plays where we seen him get blown up and we're going to get pissed off. But then there are also going to be some plays where we see him spring that running back loose and to get that open, and then they're going to have big plays down the field. Like Braxton is just like you said, you use the perfect word. He's perfectly serviceable as a starting left tackle in the league. He's not terrible. He's not great, right? He's just perfectly serviceable. Means that you're going to have some up plays, you're going to have some down plays, you're going to be frustrated sometimes. I don't know if we're ever going to love him, but it's going to be plays where it's like, all right, Braxton didn't get in the way today. I'm really looking at the depth there too, though. Like Theo Benedict, Jedrick Wills, like, because the depth is going to be an important factor, because if those guys aren't good, it doesn't matter if Braxton Jones getting killed by the bull rush if they're not ready to, if they ain't got nobody to switch out to. So it's up to those guys to as well be good enough to where if the bull rush is killing Braxton that game, we got a serviceable backup to come in there and give us a different type of look.
Theo Benedict, when he had to come in after Ozzie Trapillo got hurt, how did he play to you guys?
That first game, he had an amazing game. I think the first couple of games he had an amazing game. And he had a really good playoffs too. I think like it was that, and he had some good times even before. Like I think people forget he's the one that took the starting position for Braxton Jones first. So Theo Benedict is one of those players that I think he's perfectly set up to be swing tackle, to play on either side. But I do think like we got to remember, last year was technically his rookie year. Even though it was second year, he got hurt his rookie year. He's still developing as a player and a kid too. He can be a lot better than what he was last year.
Absolutely.
I agree with that sentiment too. I definitely want to see how the Chicago Bears feel about him moving into this season, though, because last year versus that Rams game, I can't escape it that they said, Theo Benedict, you're not playing left tackle. You're still going to be our swing tackle, but we're going to put Joe Thuney on the outside and then go with McFadden as the left guard. So I think that says a lot about how they at least trust in him in that moment, or at least they wanted him to just have him in a familiar spot. So it's going to be interesting to see how he works out for the Chicago Bears offensive line until Ozzie Trapillo.
I know they're the head coach and they get paid for it, but did you think that was warranted doing that with Joe Thuney and putting him on the left tackle?
McFadden played great that game.
He's going to be there.
He did, but
McFadden played great that game, so it worked.
Though. It worked, but I was like, whoa, wow, okay.
But Joe Thuney, he played left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs on their Super Bowl run.
Plus, Joe Thuney can do everything,
left tackle
bro.
Went down.
He can.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's the best guy, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Thuney walked in and was like, "I'm doing it.
no
I'm going
left
on the outside today. Like you young motherfuckers fucking up. I got this done. Don't be fucking up on my shit." No, but I mean,
Steely, I am not playing left tackle. I'm too little for that shit, boy. You talk about bull rush? You trying to get me killed? The fuck?
What? That is hilarious, man. Anything else, man? Anything that's personally stood out to you, good or bad, in training camp so far that we haven't talked about?
Jalen Jones played with the first. I don't know if we touched on that.
In the nickel?
Played with the first string at the nickel.
Yeah.
And they said all the reports saying he did pretty good out there, man. That's going to be an interesting competition that we got to keep our eyes on. I want to see more Malik. I want to see more. He got more athletic. I like the young kid in there, bro. But I don't care who the victor is, though.
Yeah, that's just gonna be interesting. Importantly, we got a couple little tidbits out of the last practice, I believe, with Al Harris coaching up Malik Muhammad, and he made a mistake on one play, get some coaching, and then come back and actually, improve on that. So for that nickel spot, man, Kyler, if you ain't out there, your job is up for grabs, bro. That's just how it go. This shit go all the way back to Pee Wee. If you ain't there, you ain't practicing. Somebody, they go in and they fill your spot and they look good in your spot. There's a chance that your spot can be up for grabs. So Kyler get healthy, but we definitely gonna be watching out to see how they line up these defensive backs, man, because that is gonna be essential for us in the success on our defense at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a big fact. Dub.
Oh yeah. I just copy everything you said. That's going to be a tight competition. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. We on our way to 30K. We gonna get that any day, bro. Y'all the best of the world, bro.
I'm gonna say this before we leave. Hey, our special teams may actually be a weapon this year because hearing what Kalif, Raymond, and Xavion are pushing themselves in that punt and kick return game.
Oh yeah,
I think they're gonna make it fun this year, bro.
Man, I know. I speak for all Bears fans. It was so exciting when a punt went up or a kickoff went up, knowing that Devin Hester can run this bitch back. I'm not saying these young guys are Devin Hester, but if we can have some competency back there and see some really explosive kickoff and returns, punt returns, that'll just add to the excitement of the game. That'll just add to it. So I can't wait to see it, man.
That fucking guy at the end of the season, he had his best return when we needed it, though. He had his best ever return.
Oh, you talking about Duvernay?
Yes.
Hey, every time we needed him, he came through, but everything else was like, bro, what are we doing? But then when we needed him, bro, we're like, all right.
He got that infectious Iceman gene. He saw Caleb getting those fourth quarter comebacks. He was like, oh, we energized. We with it.
For real.
Hopefully it's a lot different this year, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us on Sunday, though. We back to the normal schedule, so we appreciate that. Football games coming real soon, y'all. Real soon. I can't wait to talk about Chicago Bears football, man. It's going to be excited. Y'all know C-Dub is the best live caller in the business. He already gearing up, so it's going to be fun. But that's it for today, man. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. You can follow us at Chi Bears Central. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearscentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We'll catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.